Good morning. Another day, another project on the plane. It is fairly overcast out. It is too overcast for a student to fly, and my instructor is busy today. So we are starting a project. Yeah, we're working on the engine mount again, but this time we're working on the engine mount in the plane. So cue the intro.
She's not acid, no alkaline, caught between black and white, not quite either day or night. She's perfectly misaligned. I'm caught up in her design and how it connects to mine. I see in a different light the objects of my desire.
All right, up at the hangar, here we go. What we're starting with today, we're not doing the whole thing today. I'm going to break this up into 3 parts. So I'm going to do removal as one part, the modifications that need to be made to the airframe, and drilling the new pieces of angle that are going to go in here. That's going to be a second part, and then the third part's going to be installing all of it, gluing it in, all that stuff. So where we're starting at now, and grab camera, flip. So what we're pulling out, I'm gonna use my screwdriver as a pointer. This bar right here, this whole aluminum bar is coming out. I've got a bolt right there. There's a bolt back there. That bolt there needs to come out. And then I've got same thing on this side. When I first started looking at it, I thought this tube was going to be a concern. It's a vent tube for the fuel tanks, goes up to the top, but it's not going to be a problem. But what we're going to start with, let me walk around over here. First thing that needs to come out. So what we're actually replacing is this piece of angle right here. This bottom plate is not getting changed, and this plate out here is not getting changed. We're just changing this bar right here, and this one over here, just the inside ones. So first thing that needs to happen, that bolt needs to come out, that bolt needs to come out, and that bolt needs to come out on both sides. So I'm going to get the camera set up. We're going to pull the bolts out of the back first, and then we'll start working on the inside. Cool. All right, so right away I kind of ran into a snag. I think I have a fix. I haven't tried it yet, but I have the GoPro running time lapse. I wanted to explain what I'm doing. I didn't want to just do it. So what I've got, flippy. So this bolt here, and I'm going to have the same issue with this one, is the head is going that way, and there's clearly not enough room to get in there with the screwdriver to hold it. And I'm really trying not to drill through this fiberglass or this fiberglass over here. So what I did, I have my little screwdriver thing here. I took the short bit and I've got it jammed in there, which it's miraculously staying there. I was not expecting it to do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my long needle nose and hold it, see if that puts enough pressure on it to hold it while I get the nut off. So I actually saw that earlier when I was doing my walk around video, and I was wondering if that was going to be a problem, and sure enough it was. But I'm going to stop this. I'm going to go back to the time lapse, and we'll see how it works. I'll let you guys know. my idea actually worked. I was really, really happy about that. If you're doing this, what I suggest you do, the way I did it and what worked, the nut that is, okay, hold on. The nut that goes right here on the inside one, you can break that nut loose without the screw head on this side turning. Go ahead and break that loose, because then you can rotate the screw. If you're going to do it the way I did, I just used my little screw head here, or my little drill bit here. You can rotate that screw head so you can line it up and get your pliers on it on this side. Arguably, I kind of wish I would have had the needle nose vice grips, but I don't have those. I have a pair, I just don't have them with me. But my long needle nose worked just fine. The needle nose vice grips have made it a little bit easier, but not a big deal. I got it done. Okay, gonna go to the inside here. That's the next one. Turn the camera around. I have a concern on this one. Turn my light on. There it is. So the vertical holes, and grab my pointer again. Do a couple of things here. There we go. Now we'll zoom in a little bit. So this screw here, there we go. That screw there and that screw there, I don't really have, I'm not foreseeing any problems with. This screw that goes through the wall, and that one, which is actually a piece of spruce that goes through this longeron right here, those I anticipate a problem with, because the nuts for those are on the outside of the plane. But they're not on the outside of the plane. They're going to be buried, they're going to be buried in here somewhere. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to drill through the side of the plane, which I don't want to do, but that's what's going to have to happen. I'm hoping for now the nuts are glued in there good enough to where I can pull the bolts out, get the mount out, not have to worry about it until later, because all this hardware is getting replaced. So that's what we're going to try to do. If I end up having to drill it, I'm not going to do it today. I've got family coming in, we're doing Christmas early, and I'm going to get back home. But hopefully it actually works, it holds it. I'm going to set up the GoPro again on the inside, and yeah, let's have fun. Haha, so, funny story. I had already recorded an outro for this video because I thought I was done for the day. The problem I was having is, flip the camera, my vent lines for the fuel tanks were in the way of me getting to the two bolts. That one there, and the one hidden behind that bolt. And I was going to stop for the day. I took some pictures. I was going to email Dale and say, hey, this is what I got. What do you recommend that I do about it? But I started looking at it, and I'm used to things being fiberglassed into the plane. These cable harnesses are actually fiberglassed into the plane. So I was expecting it to be fiberglass. It's not. He did it with silicone. I was like, oh, I can take care of that. And they're aluminum lines. They bend really easily. I'm not overly forcing them because I don't want them to crack and break, but I can bend them out of the way to get done what I need to get done. So that's what I ended up doing. I got the 2 side bolts out, the 2 that go into the longeron. Those are out, as you saw. And the 2 vertical bolts are still in. They're hitting the bottom of... They're hitting the bottom of this piece right here on both sides of the plane. However, I can feel up in there and I can't feel the bottom of the bolt. So I believe that the bolts are up high enough for me to knock that piece of aluminum out of there. The aluminum is epoxied in. It is not fiberglassed. So, and it's not epoxied around the aluminum. It's just where the surface of the aluminum meets the longeron, meets the floor, all of that. That's the only place where it's epoxied in at. All it should take is a slight blow of a hammer, which I have a hammer. So I'm going to see if that's enough, see if those bolts are out enough to get that loose and kick to the side so I can pull the bolts the rest of the way out, get the aluminum out, head home. We're going to try this side first. It's more comfortable swing for me, so we're going to give this a shot. I'm hoping this works. Because if this works, then I can take these home today. Light, all we're doing is a light tap to, hold on. All we're going to do is tap it just enough to break the bond between the epoxy and the aluminum. So, see. Get this line back up. Cool. Seems to be glued in there pretty good. So, for fun, let's move over to this one, see if we have any better luck with this one. If not, I'm gonna have to go inside and use my punch and try to tap it from the inside. Nope, let me change mounts on the GoPro. We're gonna go inside and do it there. All right, I stopped the GoPro and I decided to take a few more whacks with a hammer and they came loose, both of them. Problem I'm having now is those bolts. Those 2 bolts that I can't get out are preventing me from pulling them out. This side over here, let me zoom out. Wonderful. Stupid flashlight. Stay. So this one, it's hard to tell. It's loose. Actually, I might be able to get it from back here. So that thing is loose. This one is also loose. Not quite as loose, but it is loose. I just have to very, very lightly tap it with a hammer to get it to move. So maybe I'll make it back out here today to cut those off. My brother's coming in town, so I'm gonna go spend some time with him. If I get enough time, I'll do that. If not, it'll be another day. But this is all going in one video anyway, so who cares? All right, so with patience not being my strong suit, home is a 20-minute drive. Home Depot is a 5-minute drive. So I went and got some new cutting discs for my Dremel, which the Dremel is up here. I just didn't have the discs with me. So I'm gonna jump in here, get these cut out, get these 4 bolts cut, and then I'll be heading home. So here we go. All right, got the bolts cut. I had to tap them down a little bit because the cut ends were caused me a little bit of problems. They weren't wanting to go quite through the holes, but they're clear. I do have that. So one of these, I'm going to go and flip the camera. Let me try that zoom again. This one over here, I think we're going to have not some issues. It's just going to take a little bit more force. I think this one's going to pull. This one over here is going to pull right out. So let's give it a shot. A little bit of persuasion. There's some paint on it. Maybe I can go. Let me give me just a second. Maybe I can come forward with it. Maybe not. Takes a minute of finagling, apparently. Nope, we're gonna go back. All right, I need two hands, so I'm going to start the GoPro back up and probably not do a time lapse on this one, so you can see what I'm having to do to get it out. So, back to the GoPro. All right, I apologize if it's not the best shot, but doing the best I can. So we're gonna take the punch here, and we're gonna slide it back. Okay, I think the problem is there's paint on the aluminum L bracket here, so I'm gonna pull it out as far as I can and then tap it out the rest of the way with the punch. So it's about as far back as I can pull it with my hand. I'm gonna go right here in the corner with the punch. Come on. There we go. Hooray! Turn my screen back on so I can see. Got it. So there's that one. Now let's let me rotate the camera. We'll go over to this one. This one over here I think is gonna give me a few more problems, but we're gonna get it. It's not one that I can pull out by hand, so I'm gonna have to tap it all the way out, or most of the way out, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. It's just I couldn't do it with my phone because I need two hands. There's that. A little bit of wiggle. And it's out. Hooray! So, from here, they flip the camera back up. And let me, I'm going to reposition the camera a little bit. So we're going to grab the marker. This one here came out of the pilot's left. Yes. So we're going to mark this one. I'm going to mark this one. Make sure I can still see in the camera. L. Let me, oh, it's not giving me the options. Okay. And then we're going to go, I'm going to mark it down here. In my broken handwriting. And then we're going to go up. So I've got up marked there, left there, forward over here. So we got that. Gonna go to this one. I marked those. Did I mark those wrong? No, I did not. Okay. So this one's going to be right. Forward. And up. All right. Back to the phone, then we're done. All right, so got all that done. I've got all the parts marked. All the parts are going home with me. Turns out my brother is not coming into town today. Dang it, wanted to see him. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and go home. And this will be the end of this video for removing the stuff. I'll get this edited and posted tonight. And then I'm going to go ahead and start cutting and drilling for the new pieces that need to go in here. So yeah, that'll be a separate video. I'm going to start that one today too. So until the next video, see ya.